Hello there everyone, it's King Sloth back again with a brand new video. As you can tell by the title, today we are giving tips and tricks for phase 1 training. This message has been sent to me on Instagram. It literally was going to phase 1 in 3 weeks. Please get a video out as soon as you can, giving me advice, some words of encouragement, something on how to get through phase 1. So shout out to him. He told me he's got a family, he's got 2 kids back at home, so this one goes out to you, and I know you're watching it because you requested it. So my first tip: be over prepared. Most people I know who went through my phase 1 didn't seem to take the training seriously. As soon as they passed their selection, they stopped running, they stopped doing the press-ups, stopped doing the sit-ups, the basic stuff. They stopped doing everything. They're like, well, I'm in, I'll get fit when I'm there. Believe it, you will go to phase 1 and you will feel so unfit compared to a lot of the people there. I did the same thing. I did my selection and then I literally got injured like not long after that. I did a charity walk, did a 20k charity walk for cancer, injured my ankle, went there so I couldn't train, that was my excuse, but I still managed to get into phase 1. And I went there and you can see the difference between the people who had trained after selection and the people who hadn't. They were like, I didn't think this was going to be this hard. So yeah, the first tip, be over prepared physically for it. Second tip, get it into your head that it's not real. It's everything they're saying isn't real. If they're screaming in your face, it's not because they want to scream in your face, unless they're an absolute psychopath who enjoys being that sort of person. They're doing it so they can break you down and build you back up, because that's what they've got to do. They've got to almost beat out the civilian life of you and build you back up into this ideal soldier. Like for me, I struggled quite a bit in the field. That's something I just couldn't get a grasp around originally. So it did used to be like random bases, like random leopard crawling, where you'd like a little mistake. Like you'd be a leopard crawl around the harbour area, it would be like grenade clear, so you run, someone screams grenade, you go prone, you start crawling, back up, run, grenade. And eventually you think, I don't want to fucking do that anymore. I don't want to do it. I've had enough. So you make a conscious effort not to do their mistakes again. You don't want to do it anymore. But in your head, you've got to realise it's just a game. It's just a game, and you've got to get through it. For most people, their phase 1 training is 14 weeks. Just think, after this 14 weeks, depending on where you go, it's not like this. In unit, it's not like this. You don't have loads of people screaming in your face. It is literally just to break you down and build you back up again. It's not real. Just that's what I had in my head the whole time. It's not a real thing. Working unit, it's not like this. Just get through it, keep your head down, keep going. And that's what we did. And it worked. I got through. And I didn't raise any heads, sort of thing. Tip number 3 is, I know most people are going to regret me saying this and they're going to hate it, especially people who are like also do military videos. They're going to hate me saying it. It is, be the grey man. For those who don't know what the grey man is, it's like saying don't make any waves. Don't be too good. Don't be too shit. Don't make any big mistakes where you're going to get a name for yourself of being that dude who did this. That's literally it. You want to just sail through, not getting pointed out almost. You want to be okay at everything, like good at everything. Just get by. Like with me, I was good at the range. I was okay at phys, like I got by. It was in the lessons I'd do enough so I could pass, and I managed to get through without making any waves. And I kept myself like to myself. I didn't like when other sections would like be almost scrapping in like hallways and shit. I'd make sure I was in my room. I was cracking on with what to do. I was getting all my kit ready for the next day. I still speak to the lads in my section. Yeah, that's fine. And I even spoke to the other lads in my section at the time. I was like, I just keep my head down. They were like, yeah, I completely understand. That's what we're doing. So my section literally were that calm and chilled out and relaxed that even the corporal was there like, okay, you're doing well. You're not getting pointed out. You're not breaking any stupid rules. Like walking round camp where you're meant to march, you made sure that your section was always marching. You made sure you didn't do any you didn't, actually didn't fuck up. Pretty much, you kept yourself to a certain standard that you wanted to get to, and you held that the whole way through. And even in literally on my last after we did our drill, we had to go back to the block. We had to get all our stuff, like fucking get the stuff on the block and get it in the car and get home. Our corporal was there, like shook each other's hands, and it was like, lads, easiest 14 weeks from any course I've had. And I was like, that's because we kept our head down. They're like, yeah, you did. You didn't cause any waves. You were good blokes, and they were chilled. The fourth thing I'm going to say is, once again, this should be pretty obvious, but for some people they don't, which is insane to me. And that is, keep in contact with your family. Keep in contact. Whatever happens with people around the military, they move around. They won't always be there. Your family should always be there. Should always be there to talk to. I literally remember one night, I think it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, I was like, mate, I can't fucking do this. I was there, I think I got like 10 weeks in, I was there like, I don't think I can continue. I think I was mentally and physically, I was tired constantly. I was starving constantly because I was trying to lose weight. I was eating good, you know, the healthy. People going to like get pizzas from like welfare on the evening. I was like, no, I've had my dinner, I'm all good. Eating healthy breakfast, whereas some people go for full English. I was having like fucking porridge, like everything. I'll pick a healthy option, so I was constantly starving. But I remember it hit like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, fuck, I can't deal with this anymore. And literally I thought to myself, who can I ring? I went online, and my brother had just gone offline, I think like an hour ago, and I rang him. I was like, mate, I am struggling, any advice? He was like, mate, once again, the same advice I told you earlier in the video. It's 14 weeks, mate. Once it's done, it's not like this. Yes, he was like, yes, it's shit. It's shit. Everyone who goes to phase one will tell you it's shit. But also, it's not real. It's pretend. The corporals are doing it as a job. They've got to break it down and build you up. Guess what? You're at the breaking point. And you've done quite well to make it to week 10 before you've hit that breaking point. So it's keep in contact with loved ones, kids. One thing that I didn't see anyone doing was sending letters. And it sounds really fucking weird, me saying it. But even though you've got a mobile phone, there's something really nice about having just a letter sent to you. A lot of kind words that isn't instantaneous, like you have to write back to the letter. You can still speak to your family. So like me and my missus, we spoke every day on the phone still, unless I was deployed out on exercises. But we still spoke every day I could on the phone. But we also still sent like a letter a week. And they were like love letters near enough. But being able to be like, when I was sat there feeling miserable, I'd literally pick up a letter, any letter there, and just read it. Read it a couple of times over, and I'm like, okay, this is the reason why I'm doing it. This is the reason why I'm going through this hell I'm feeling now. And that instantly puts you back into perspective why you're doing it. The next day, you feel like $1,000,000. You're like, okay, nothing can fuck with me. Nothing. Any fizz coming my way, smashing it. Any task coming my way, smashing it. Even little things, like I remember doing block jobs in the morning, thinking I want to fucking smash this out. You get hyped up. I don't even know why it happens, but it gives you that drive back. But once again, that's all my tips I'm going to give you this time. There is going to be a lot more. This is just off the fly, off the top of my head. It has been King Sloth. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment down below what you want me to do next, what you'd like me to talk about with regard to my experience in the British Army, or any advice, tips, tricks on anything that I can give to you. Subscribe. Once again, we're aiming for 3K by the end of the year. We've already smashed that. We're on the road to 4K. And you've all been absolutely amazing. The support's been insane. It has been King Sloth. Thank you all for stopping by.